Hello guys, welcome to Rideshare the Rideshare channel. My name is Serge, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you guys about how much money did I make this week on Lyft, what's the amount of fuel expense, and how much per hour am I making basically without the fuel expense, and how much per hour am I making with fuel expense. I'm also going to talk to you guys about reaching the current bonus that I actually just reached, and what was that like. And also I'm going to cover the next week's bonus and the plans for the rest of the week that I have. And then we're going to cover basically my plan and goal moving forward with Lyft and Uber, how I plan to actually use these platforms to benefit myself, to grow my businesses, not their businesses, by actually working for Lyft and Uber. So let's begin first by saying this. This week I have made $499.49. That is in 2 days. That is working Monday and Tuesday. Now, with that being said, I did work 20 hours and 51 minutes. I completed 39 rides. And that's the amount I made. You could clearly see. So, how much fuel expense did I have? $138. That is the fuel expense. Now, in the recent video that I have posted, I told you guys that it's costing me $83, but I like to round it off to the nearest dollar, I guess. The cost of fuel for me to use my SUV, which for you might be some different SUV, for me it's a Range Rover. The cost of me to use it for the full 12 hours and then some, taking into account the fact that I have to still commute home and to work, taking all of this fuel into account, okay, that for me is $83. But let's say it's $85. I've also made comparisons with a Tesla rental, and I said it's $69 rental. When I was saying before that's the cost of rental every day, I've taken into account the fact that I have to at least charge it once, okay, and I charge the Tesla mainly at home. So with charging at home and charging it some on the road, I was basically paying $69 per day and some change, which is fine. So $70 is a Tesla rental with the charging. Using my vehicle, it's $83. Well, let's just say $85 all in, and that's only taking into account the fuel. That's not taking into account the fact that you have insurance. With a Tesla, I've taken that into account. That does not take into account my vehicle's depreciation, maintenance, and I did say insurance, but like vehicles taxes, registration, anything that has to do with vehicle expenses, including like a major breakdown. So the only advantage that I have in using this Range Rover currently is just because this is the only vehicle that I have an insurance one. Second of all, I can use it when I want to. It's just this week I plan to just use it throughout the whole week, because this is working for Lyft, and this being a 2006, it does not qualify to be used on Uber. So when I do rent a Tesla, I'm working for Uber. Overall, the incomes that we're making on Uber and Lyft, they kind of suck, but I have a solution for you guys. Just keep watching this video and we will talk about those solutions. Now, moving on. So what was my cost of fuel the very first day I actually worked? It was only $55. So the very first day it was $55 exactly. That's with commuting home, because I did not work a longer day. And the second day it only cost me it cost me like $83. So together the cost of fuel is $138. So let's deduct $499 from that, and I made $361 for the first 2 days of working for Lyft in the course of 20 hours. So 20 hours and 51 minutes. So let's say it is 21 hours to just round that off. So we'll divide 361 by 21 hours, and oh my gosh, 361 divided by 21 hours, and we get a total of $17.19 per hour. So after fuel expense with my Range Rover, I'm making $17.19 per hour, which is not bad. But a lot of it has to do with that I did reach the bonus, and The bonus is really like an earnings guarantee, which was like what, like 415 bucks. I did reach it. I just needed 36 rides to do that. Now, to reach that particular bonus, I did not strategize like you should strategize. But when you talk strategies, like anytime you got an earnings guarantee, the only way you could actually really win is only select the shortest trips, right? But there's also a downside to select the shortest trips. There's a chance of you getting a man or a woman Karen, if you know what I mean, and they could give you some bad rating, make up a story. Before you know it, you're banned from the account. So now you've made that bonus, or maybe you didn't get a chance to finish it, and at the same time somebody could do that. That's potentially can happen. It did happen to me for Lyft. Luckily my account has been reinstated without really hiring no attorneys or really fighting them. They just basically reactivated my account for some reason, but I didn't do nothing wrong to begin with, so they know that. But anyways, so net profit is $17.19 or $361 when it comes to basically the actual income minus fuel expenses for the vehicle. So that being said, when I am using my own vehicle, I'm able to write off every single mile I put on this vehicle. Now, I purchased this Range Rover for 2,500 bucks at a car auction. It had an overheating issue, and on top of that, some minor electrical issues. Some of them resolved, some not resolved, which does not really matter because they do not hinder the vehicle from performing what it needs to perform. With that being said, this Range Rover has been quite dependable. I've driven so far 18,000 miles or close to it. So currently I have 172,000 miles, 443 miles on the dash. And I bought it with 153,000. Okay, so it has served me well. Basically I've made my money back and then some using this vehicle. With that being said, you might be wondering, well, what does it cost me for oil changes? What about, like all of these different things? I have not done an oil change on this thing. It sounds really terrible. Don't do this to your car. Not advisable. But I'm a mechanic, and even though I know better, this is what I'm doing to my vehicle, which ultimately is what other people are doing to their used vehicles. So whenever you get a used vehicle, there is a chance that you're gonna need some maintenance or whatever, because people are not taking care of their vehicles. Okay, so basically I'm no different. So I'm trying to squeeze out every little dollar out of this Range Rover that I can. So by me saving on oil changes, I'm saving approximately 200 miles. My daughter just came, and times that by a year, I'm gonna save $2,400. So because I won't do no oil changes, I get my money back for this Range Rover. Okay. So my daughter just came, so I'm basically at home, and a lot of times I'll just turn on my vehicle and just make a video here while I'm in the parking lot. So you see what I just showed you. $2,400 is a year's savings just not doing oil changes. And there's probably other things that, maintenance that I'm not doing on this vehicle to save money. But ultimately, I will end up making money on this vehicle. But at the same time, when I write off the miles, I will get all my money back and then some, kind of like I have a brand new vehicle. So this is why it makes sense to use a used vehicle basically for your business. But you can rent a vehicle, obviously, to do this. And as I said, the cost of the rental is, fairly reasonable. I'd say $69 all in, not bad at all. So you can't really have an excuse saying, look, I don't have a car. Okay, so now let's get to the business portion of it. How can you use Lyft and Uber to your advantage when they're basically not paying you enough? So how can you do that? So the answer is this: only work when you have bonuses going on, and only work when you have something else to promote. Like currently I'm promoting my book, and as a matter of fact, one of my paperbacks has just came in. It says not for resale, because this is my book that I've ordered. As you can see, that is me in the back of the book, and it's got like 116 pages, I believe, which is kind of awesome, that I'm able to produce a book in 116 pages, to the last one. Currently, this book is absolutely free. I'm gonna provide a link in the description of this video, and that way you guys could pick it up. Please show your support by just downloading it for free. Just leave me some kind of review, because that's actually ultimately the most important thing when it comes to selling books, is to actually get some traction by people downloading, people leaving reviews. Once this book actually becomes, like, again, like a paid book, which is $9.99, I'm gonna start making money from that book, and that's the residual income. So I enjoy sharing with you guys basically how to make money, like, on the side. So books is like a recent idea that I have because I'm a content creator. I'm constantly creating videos, I'm constantly creating, different type of things, and I'm thinking, why not books? Why not books? And of course, I'm not gonna leave you without saying this is a guide to doing just what I did. So this is a complete guide, and I'm not embarrassed to say this because you should definitely use AI to your advantage. So I know how to ask proper prompts and basically use AI perfectly because I've been using it on this channel since November. All my descriptions, all my titles are done by AI, and I have improved my skills. I've learned ways to now use it for anything. Anything from becoming your own attorney to writing code to basically writing a book using AI. Now, it will not write a book for you. You need proper steps and procedures, proper prompts, and proper order of writing a book. But you can do that once reading my book. You could download it for free on ebook and just basically read it at your own pace. And this book, I explain everything in such detail that anybody could do it. Like, this is a language that a regular person can understand. This is not like regular, like, AI language. I have written it in such a way to where it's easy to follow, easy to read. It includes all the resources that you would possibly need when using AI. So if you haven't used AI before in the past and you were holding off, or maybe you're a little bit scared, don't be scared. Be scared of people that are actually using AI to make money from it. So with that being said, this AI, ChatGPT, was created and over $10 billion was invested to it. So think about this. Sure, they did it to make money, but they created such a powerful tool. When all the people subscribe to that, like, they're making like millions or billions of dollars, on it. So they invested $10 billion. So think about it like this. Somebody built a business for themselves that we can use for free. So I'm using a 3.5 version, which is a complete free version. You can get ChatGPT 4 and you could pay for it every month. I'm not paying for it. So I'm just using a free version, and I'm completely satisfied with the free version. It is so amazing. And now I'm going to use it to basically write lots of books that I've been holding off and writing all my life, because all my life I wanted to create books, but it was always kind of like, oh, writing a book, it's like, maybe you don't feel it, maybe like this, maybe that. Like, everybody has those excuses. Well, no more excuses. I've written 2 books now, and I'm pretty happy that I did. So I'm making money. But if you think I'm gonna leave you just with this, how to make money, I have another bonus for you guys, and this is very simple. So I'm coming out with the next video where I'll explain this again, but I want to quickly touch on this type of subject. So this week, I'm gonna work this full week, right, for Lyft. I'm just gonna give it all my all, right? I'm gonna make all this money, and then I'm gonna stop either for 1 week, or I'm gonna stop for the next 4 or 5 days. We will see, because it's also going to depend on what kind of bonuses they're offering, because I want to take advantage of those bonuses, because with bonuses I'm making way more money. Okay, on top of that, I'm actually able to do something else, like focusing on all these other virtual type of things that I can do online while working, so I could manage some of my businesses that way. Now, with that being said, there's a car that I'm actually getting ready to get, to complete to my liking, because I'm trying to make it look better, that kind of thing. That is a Chrysler 300 Limited. It's a 2005. Now, Lyft allows me to use an old vehicle like that. So I'm going to use this to my advantage by working for Lyft with an older car. So as I'm working on that car, I will also, that week that I'm going to be working on it, once I do fix it, because it's not broken. I just got to do some cosmetical things to it, paint some panels and whatnot, and replace headlights, taillights, bumpers, to make it very nice looking. And the car inside is just like perfect. Beautiful leather, gray leather interior. It's just a very nice car. Like, I would love to just own that car. That was my dream car, like back in the day. So finally got it, but I paid like $1,400 for that car. But after getting all the supplies that I need for this and that, I don't even know what the car cost me, but I do have it written down, and that's going to be a breakdown for another video. But here's what I realized. When it comes to buying cars like that, you know, and you got to do some things to them. To do things the right way, it's going to cost you some money. This is why you get it cheap to begin with. So once you do everything right, the car is going to cost you right about what you can get on Kelley Blue Book. But it's going to have higher standards. It's going to be like much better than what you could get on Kelley Blue Book. But truth to be told, people on Kelley Blue Book, they're pricing cars that like in decent condition for the year, right? But when I'm fixing up a car for myself, like it's kind of like a new car at that point. It might have a paint job. It's going to be like immaculate. So I will basically change out the, you know, faded lights, tail lights, replace like all these moldings, like badges, you know, things like that. So the car becomes nice and freshly updated. So that ends up costing me money basically. And by the time I'm done, it's no longer worth selling the car for the actual Kelley Blue Book price, because at that point it's a break-even price. So to keep that from happening, my goal is to just simply use that particular car, and while I'm using it, I will work as much as possible with that car. Why am I doing that? So that once I'm working, people get in my car, oh, nice car, hey, guess what, it's for sale. Oh yeah, how much? Oh, I'm selling for $7,000. It's only $5,000 on Kelley Blue Book. I'm like, yep, I know, but you're not gonna find a car like this in Kelley Blue Book in this condition. Yeah, I know. So I'll be like, yeah, I'm using this for Lyft, and I'm not in a hurry to sell it because I'm making anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 every week on it. They're like, oh, I don't even have a car. Can I, you know, buy this car from you and use it? Yeah, you can. So I could even probably have them give me like a down payment and then pay me some money additionally for that car. While they're working, they could actually make money. So by me actually using it, so sort of like proving to the people that it can be done. But I would have to be careful. I hate having somebody do like payments and then not pay me back. So I would probably see if, you know, there's a, well, not probably see, but I want cash for it. That's what I want. But there's ways of selling it for payments, and then you could actually make more money because the person does not have more money up front. Therefore, he's going to end up making payments, which will cost them more because I could get more money when it's payments, because I'm also taking a risk. And at the same time, there's an interest rate involved. So I would have to just come up with a legal way of doing it. Now, I did take a dealership course, and I know how to do those things, but that's for dealers. So as a personal thing, I could probably do like a personal financing. Of course, you could even like do owner financing, home, where you become a bank. So I would have to probably do that for a car, and then the person ends up using a car. So, but the problem is, somebody may make a couple payments and then not make payments anymore. Then you have to deal with repossessing a car, and you know, who wants to really do that, right? So I'd much rather have somebody just pay me cash and that's it. Also, by me driving a car, I'm not bringing anybody to my address, so potentially avoiding some problems in the future. So I would just give the car to somebody, like sell it completely while I'm basically driving it. Meet the person. That would be very convenient. Somebody wants to buy it, I could meet him because it's going to be like listed. And since I'm going to be using it in Charlotte, I could show it to somebody in Charlotte, you know. So when I would sell that car, by the time I sell it, I put miles on it, which is great for me because I'm keeping from putting miles on the vehicles that I own for myself. Also keeping myself from doing potential maintenance on those cars because I'll actually sell it, let somebody else deal with it. But ultimately, they're going to get a nice car out of it, which for me, it's actually kind of breaks my heart to try to sell it because I've done such a good job on it, right? But at the same time, at the end of the day, you have to treat it like a business. Once I sell the car, I have others. I have 34 cars. I'm going to get another car ready and then sell that one and do exactly the same thing. Just keep rinsing and repeating this type of process. Eventually, this will lead to me just buying cars that are ready to go, just needs a car wash. That's it. Maybe clean interior, nothing else. And that's where the real money lies, because getting cars that need a lot of cosmetical stuff done and this and that requires money and time, and it slows you down. So ultimate goal is to speed things up a little bit. So I'm going to be using Lyft and Uber to my advantage by actually driving the cars and selling them. So this is why I need to get a car ready for sale, that I'm going to be driving basically. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Please pick up a copy of a free book. I have 2 books available, so I'm going to have 2 links in the description below. One of them is How to Start Your Own Small Business. It's a very good book. And another one is basically how to write a book using AI, basically. Complete guide. And both of those books is a complete guide. So anyways, guys, thank you so much. Take care of yourself and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.